Suicide Squad is directed by David Ayer and is the third movie in the DC Cinematic Universe. The movie deals with the idea of what if Superman went rogue, or if there was an evil Superman out there, and who would stop that Superman or said being. So the government decides to form this elite team of supervillains called Suicide Squad. They get these people straight out of prison. These are criminals, and they're forced to do the government's will or they will die, and they're sent out to a city where this thing is happening and they have to stop this said thing. So I was actually really excited that David Ayer was doing this movie because I loved End of Watch. He did End of Watch, and that is like one of my favorite buddy cop movies of all time. And it was just refreshing to see a DC movie that wasn't directed by Zack Snyder. I wanted to see a DC movie with a different focus, with a different style and a different take, maybe even a different tone, and that's exactly what I got in this film. Unlike Man of Steel or Batman v Superman, I felt as though this movie was trying to be the fun one out of the three. It definitely has a different tone to it. It has a comic book feel. You explore these characters, and these characters feel as though they are comic book characters. It has no agendas of exploring godlike complexes or symbolisms that are portrayed in Zack Snyder films. This is just trying to be a comic book film. Will Smith is Deadshot. I love this dude as Deadshot. Will Smith does what he does best, being Will Smith, and I felt as though out of all the members in the Suicide Squad, I felt as though he was the most rational out of the team. And his wise-ass comments made him a very likable character, and he's also one of the most human characters on the team because he and Harley Quinn have their backgrounds a little bit more explored than the other team members on the team, and you see that he has a daughter. And I feel as though this was the most human character out of the Suicide Squad game because, you know, most of them are killers. They're insane. He's a killer in this film. He's a mercenary, but I feel as though he was the most human character in this film because they actually explored his backstory. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, absolutely loved his performance. It felt like the Harley Quinn from the Batman animated series, from the Arkham video games. It was spot on. Margot Robbie did a good job with this performance, and I can't wait to see her in future films in the DC universe. Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang. Wow. I actually didn't mind Jai Courtney being in this film. You know why? Because it felt like he was actually having fun on the set. Jai Courtney in all of his films plays like a really serious character, and it just doesn't look like he's having fun in the movie, whereas in this one, he was playing like a pretty joyful character. I did not mind him whatsoever in this movie. Props to Jai Courtney. Jared Leto as the Joker. I liked his performance as the Joker. I didn't think that we explored much of this character in this movie, but from what I was seeing, I liked where they were going in this movie. He is a gangster Joker and insane. Like, really insane. As far as screen time with the Joker, we don't get to see much. He's more of a side character in this film, but from the glimpses of what I was seeing, I liked him. Some people are going to be very upset because, you know, the Joker isn't in this film a lot, but this movie is called Suicide Squad. It's not a Joker movie. If anything, we should just be happy that he's in the movie for brief moments. And from what I saw, I would love to see him in a standalone Batman movie. So yeah, the characters in this movie were actually really well done and likable, even though they were criminals. However, it's the setup of the movie that I didn't really care for. Their argument in this film is that, okay, we need a team to battle an evil Superman if an evil Superman ever came into play. So your idea is to use a team of even more evil people? What? So that just bothered me a lot as I was watching this film. I was just sitting in my chair and I was thinking to myself, this is a bad idea. Like, who would ever agree to this? This is, like, not gonna work out whatsoever. Even the supervillains complying to the government's will in this movie is just a little, I don't know, unbelievable to me. The movie also struggles because of the second to third act. It's very limited in the city, and we don't see what's going on outside of the city. There's no cuts, really, and it's all contained in this city area. Like, the Suicide Squad is on this street. Okay, they're gonna go on this street. Okay, they're gonna go on this street. Okay, they go to this building. Okay, they go back on the street. It's like, it's all contained in this city, and we don't really see cuts of what's going on outside of the city. Like, we don't really see any, like, government surveillance or anything like that, what's going on behind the scenes. It's all one scene that keeps going on and on and on. So it just kind of felt like it dragged on a little bit, but that's fine. It's okay. I like these characters, so that was pretty cool. And one more problem that I have with this movie, and this is going back to the idea of the government using these supervillains as like a way of stopping evil or whatever. Without going into spoilers, there's an after credits scene, and I'm really not gonna go into spoilers, it's just a little thing. It's revealed that the government official behind all of this, it's shown in the middle of the film that this person has documents showcasing who these supervillains are, what their abilities are. But in the after credits scene, you see that she has more stuff, more documents on people. And she has files that are showcasing the Flash and Aquaman. And I'm thinking to myself, as I'm seeing this scene unfold in front of me, that if she had these documents the whole time of the Flash and Aquaman, why didn't she just form the Justice League? But no, this was a Suicide Squad movie. She had to make a team of supervillains. You had the Flash in your documents. I mean, look at the Justice League trailer. The Flash would have been willing to do that. If you approached the Flash saying, hey, we're forming this team, would you like to be in it? He'd be like, stop right there, I'm in. He would have been so willing to do that, but no, you didn't approach the Flash, you didn't approach Aquaman, because this is a Suicide Squad movie, and this setup is weird. I just didn't agree with the setup of, hey, let's make a team of supervillains to stop evil. The irony around that is just so complex. Overall, guys, I feel as though out of all the DC movies, I feel as though this is the one that is the most fun. It's the most comic book-like film out of all of them. The characters are great, the characters are portrayed really well. I wish we would have seen a little bit more of the Joker, but like I said, this isn't a Joker film, this is more about the Suicide Squad. We will be seeing more of the Joker probably soon in other films, but in regards to the setting and the setup of this film, didn't really care for it. I just thought that was a little odd. I was just sitting there thinking, wow, you're forming a team of supervillains. This is not a good idea whatsoever. So yes, guys, that was my review of the Suicide Squad movie. Definitely liked it better than Batman v Superman. Comment down below what you think of this movie. If you've seen it yet, like the video, share it, and please subscribe to Pixel Talk if you haven't yet for more movie reviews, trailer reactions, and gaming content. Thank you guys so much. I am Corbin Stuckey, and this is Pixel Talk.